How y'all doing out there, nation? I'm not going to get in front of the camera for this one today. We're going to be doing another build. It's going to be on a Aero Precision USA lower. We're just going to do it as a feature build. I'm going to show you parts as we go along, and fairly simple. Y'all see me do a build before, so I'm just going to go through it, and hope you enjoy. Let's see here. What do we want to do first? Something I actually learned is, y'all seen me use this handy dandy little tool before. It's actually meant for the trigger and hammer holes, the pins, but what I learned is it fits absolutely perfect through your mag catch release button, or your mag release button, excuse me. Mag catch is over there. Benefit of that is when you are releasing your mag release button on this side, you are able to push. Let me put some tension on it real quick, and I'll show you here in a second. That comes through. You see what happens though? Is it, when you release the tension off of your mag release, if I can find the thing, there it is, off the actual mag release itself, when you release the tension off the other side, this captures the mag button and allows it not to fly away, which I found highly intriguing. Very useful. Pardon me. So anyway, so we'll start off with the mag first. Go ahead, insert our release or catch on the other side, then install the release. Give it one or two turns, nothing special, just to get it threaded and started. I'm going to take a little pin punch, push it through the other side. That's about right. Doesn't come off the mag block, comes off, stays. Cool, awesome. Let's see here. Next, let's go ahead and do actually a close-up, if we can, of the actual process of putting in your pivot pin. So what we're going to do is I showed y'all before, but I didn't really do a good job of showing it up close. We're going to get our pivot pin up front. We're going to get it ready. We're going to take our spring and our detent. We're going to go ahead and take this little 1/4 inch clevis pin. It's got a bunch of holes in it. You can get it from Lowe's or Home Depot. They're literally $1. It saves so much headache. We can get this straight. Shove our spring through. And then push our detent and just get it started. Then you're going to go ahead and take a punch or an Allen wrench or just something that fills that hole properly so the detent cannot slide back. You see me pushing that in, and then it's just as simple as find a spot where you can roll that out. So you didn't even touch it, and that detent and spring are captured. Then we're going to take this and just ever so slightly applying pressure on the actual pivot pin itself. Don't touch this. Don't worry about this. This is irrelevant at this point. It's just holding this part on. Applying pressure on the end, because when that detent comes to kick out and transfers, it's going to kick hard. So we're going to take this. Uh-oh. Let's try that again. Push that out through. See what happens? That's what I'm saying. You got to keep good constant pressure. Just like that. Captured. Cool. Awesome. Let's go ahead and take this, spin it back around, release the mag catch, show the installation of the bolt catch. Currently, as you can tell right now, it's not cut for PDQ. I'm going to get around to that in a little while. I'm just going to go ahead and do a build video right now. Everything that I'm doing, I can always just go back. Honestly, I enjoy taking these things apart and putting them back together. I'll take that. Get it pinched and started. Get my punch so I don't deform the end of that too terribly much. And this is a good example of why usually I like to come from this side, but I already had this pre-set up, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it this way. And like I said, brownells, you can't beat this punch. It just makes things so much easier with that half portion cut out. Let me tighten up this vise some. Pardon that noise. Looks like it might be. Are we pinched? I think we're pinched. Yeah, we were pinched. That's what it was. There we go. Now we're caught. Now you guys, you can see it can happen to anybody. You just gotta sit around and play with it just a little bit. There we go. Let's see here. From there, I guess, let's go ahead and take our trigger assembly. Now remember, there's that little spring right there and it can fall out. Or if you're taking this apart, when you take that hole right there, as it's lined up, see how it's under pressure and it just wants to come up like that? When you go to take your trigger pin out, there is a lot of pressure on it and it can just go flying. So that's something to be aware of. So we're going to drop that down in there. Put our disconnector on. Get it lined up right. There we go. Let's go ahead and take our handy dandy little trigger pin tool. Get a pre-line going on. If I can find the hole. There we go. I haven't looked, but I wonder if Geisley actually sells this tool separately, or if y'all could maybe tell me if you can find this particular size push rod, or if y'all can even show a way of making one. That'd be really awesome. I'd really like to know how you could go about doing that. So we're just going to push our hammer pin, excuse me, our trigger pin back through, and we're just going to chase. Our punch. Simple as that. Taking the hammer, oops, excuse me, taking the hammer, turn around this time, got it. We're not going to make the same mistake last time. Fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice. Something like that, y'all know what I'm getting at. Anyways, shove that through. Same process, just chase it on through. Take our hammer, give it a little love and convincing. Function check. Cool. Alright, from there, let's see here. What do we want to do next? We got the mag, bolt catch, trigger assembly. Let's go ahead and get our safety selector set up. Remember, some of y'all might not be aware of it. I've actually done it myself, not paid attention to the receiver. There's those notches on the side right here that actually catch your detent that goes on the back side where the actual pistol sits into. That's what that detent right there is for. It sits in these little grooves right there on that side, just like that, for those of y'all that didn't know. So we're going to wiggle that around, put it in there, flip it over, get in there. Find our pistol grip, actual detent that goes on it, that fat little one right there. Let me show you the difference for those of y'all that don't know. Get this set up. There you go. Alright. That is your pistol grip detent. That is your regular detent for your takedown springs, not your takedown springs, excuse me, takedown pins or pivot pins. And you see the difference in size. One looks like a bullet, one just a regular little shaft of metal. So we're going to take that. We're going to go ahead and drop it down in there. Tiny parts, big hands. Who else has that struggle out there? And also the spring difference. Let's see here, separate them a little bit. You see how the one on the left is fat and the coils are real fat, and then the one on the right is skinny? Also, it's a little bit more pliable. This one's not quite as pliable. This one wants to bend a little bit more, as you can see. This is the spring that is responsible for putting pressure on that detent and holding your safety together, and that's obviously the spring that would be involved with your takedown or pivot pin. Go ahead and put that down in there. And then slide our pistol grip over it and line up the hole. There's a hole in that pistol grip. So we're going to line that up. Simple as that. Find our screw. It's supposed to hold everything down together. There we go. Also, for those that don't know, the most of them, some are different, but most of them out there take a, hopefully you can see that, 3/16 Allen wrench. And I actually prefer the Allen wrenches over the Phillips head or the flat blade. You get a hold of them better and they don't slip around as much. It's easier to guide it in. I'd recommend that. If that could be a potential upgrade if you don't already have that done, just to make takedown and put back together easy, more convenient. Get this screwed on, tightened down. Let's see here. What do we want to do next? Torque that down real good. We'll do a function check. Back this off a little bit. Safe. Release. And then we're going to check for trigger reset. Pull trigger. Hold the trigger itself. Held the hammer down. Let go. Reset. Cool. Awesome. Check. We have no fire on safe. We're good to go. Awesome.